I ain't hungry. First, I always say hungry dogs run fast. I ain't hungry. I'm starving.
Hurd takes the snap. He's back. He's going to run. He's in. Touchdown! Jalen Hurd.
When that cage opens up again, our teeth are snarling. We're drooling. We're ready. We're hungry, ready to hunt again.
Dallas. We hate you. Racing snow. The Eagles train to go. The Eagles win.
And again, and again, and again.
It ain't about them. It's about us. We play up to our potential. Each and every one of us together. Nobody can beat us. I promise you. Promise you.
What is up, my Brus, my bird Brus? We are back at Speaking Birds. These are boys Speaks. We're here with John, and Clayton's back. We're here with John and Clayton. Eagles defeat the Washington Commanders 26-18 to go 8-2 on the season and take firm command of first place in the NFC East. Guys, how are we feeling?
Feeling great. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, man, feeling great. Good to be back, gentlemen. First place doesn't get much better than this.
But remember, like before, we went on this little stretch. It's like, man, if we can stack 2 divisional wins in 8 days? Was it 10 days? 8 days, 7 days, something like that. It was, with the Thursday game. It's like we're sitting pretty, and here we are sitting pretty. It's almost like we just spoke it into existence here.
Well, we stacked 3 divisional wins, not in 10 days, but quite a few days there. Yeah, that's
You're
huge.
right.
Huge.
Oh, very big.
Huge, if you will.
Well, let's jump right in. I got to be honest, and I think John is on this boat as well. Man, after that first drive, straight into the first quarter, I felt like it was a loss. It felt really bad. I know we were kind of texting. John, did you feel the same way?
Yeah, but this is a pod where I want to stay positive. And if we'll go back a couple pods, I feel like I was the 10% guy after being just freaking negative the entire time.
All right, well, let me be negative.
10% better. Yeah, all right, yeah, you do it. You do it. It ain't gonna be me. I just don't want it to be me all the time.
We come out, and this is a game. I mean, we all knew it. It's not a technical must win, but you need this game. You don't want this impoverished franchise, the Washington Commanders and their fans. You don't want that hope to continue. We come out and we just look flat. I mean, uninspired. It's just embarrassing. I mean, there were moments in the game too later on that were pathetic, but yeah, I felt like coming out, I was kind of embarrassed that's how ill prepared we were. And that'll be it. That's all I'll say on the negative side. I'm sure we'll get into other situational negative ness, but all right, I'll stop blabbing. Clayton, what do you think?
Oh, I honestly, I was on the other side of the fence. I had faith the entire time. Honestly, there was watching this game. I did not see a juggernaut on the other side of that ball. What I seen was a offense in the Eagles shooting themselves in the foot, ruining their own chances. They were beating themselves. That offense was beating themselves. But what really inspired me this entire game, and I knew it from the first drive on, the defense came to play. That defense showed up to play a football game, and they played. That defensive line was relentless all night. Jalen Carter, another excellent game. It's not going to be, all over the stat sheet, but this guy is a fucking wrecking crew, man. Period. He is one of the best defensive tackles in the game, like top 3, and it's not debatable. Yeah. Quinion out there locking up. Where's Scary Terry? How many targets did he even get? I tell you what, not one when Quinion was on him. That's how scared Jaden was of him.
I said earlier before the game, I thought they were gonna not shy away from Q. I thought they were really gonna go for McLaurin, but yeah, you're looking at the game unfold, and they were shook. They were not going to him, and that's I don't know. We say it all the time, but it must show up. I mean, it shows up. Teams are scared of Q. Sorry, John, go ahead.
Nope. Here's another guy that came to play. Brandon Graham.
BG.
Yes,
goddamn 40-year-old man's an animal.
Dude, he came up big. 3 right off the top of my head. 3 plays that he came up huge in that we needed. So, yeah, BG. Yeah. I'll give the whole line. Actually, the whole freaking defense. The linebackers they were doing some weird shit. And they were targeting our line. Obviously, Jaden Daniels is scared to death to throw at our our secondary, because all he did was throw to tight ends and running backs all night. He didn't throw to his wideouts. He was scared to death. And he stressed I guess that was their game plan coming in. They were going to attack the linebackers, which is, I don't know, maybe Dan Quinn or whoever the hell the offensive coordinator is over there seen something. But I mean, these two have been like one of the best tandems in the league for the last, 3 or 4 weeks here. So I think that's a flawed game plan. So that's just another strike against Washington. Like, everybody thinking this Washington team, I was preaching it coming in. These guys are not world beaters, man. They do not impress me at all. They are a team on the upcome. They are a playoff team, but they are not in our class. And we played half a game on offense today, and we blew them out.
I think their play, Clayton, and maybe you'll attest to this, was put Eckler on Bond, which proved to be a little bit okay. It maybe in the long run, you know what I mean? But again, he's not catching the football, and in our defense, in the long run, we ended up shutting it down. So, but you did see a couple plays there where Bond gets beat, on Eckler, which is like, I mean, I feel like that's like their main focus there.
Yeah, that was their scheme coming in, and they weren't really running that pony set where you have the two running backs in the backfield. They weren't really doing that coming into this game. So this was like a tailored game plan for this particular defense, I feel like. And it was working. Like, they were doing exotic things out of the backfield with these running backs that were fucking with our linebackers at first, but we got it under control. Vic made the adjustment. Vic and his crew made the adjustments. The players made the adjustments. And it wasn't an issue moving forward. Now, I'm not going to sit here and completely trash Washington. Like I said, they're a playoff team. I think, Brian Robinson, their running back? I think that guy's a really good back, man. Like, he's dangerous. Eckler, whatever.
Well, Eckler's been good in the past. There's no doubt about that before he came to the Redskins or the Commanders. But what's his name? Robinson was the guy that got shot and came back in like 2-3 weeks, and just was a absolute animal.
His entrance, he did the when he came back, he came out to many men. There's like a couple sick reels. And there's a couple sick reels.
I'm gonna say this,
like, running out. Sirianni didn't get shot, so
I'm gonna say this. You can attest this game to Vic Fangio, I think, and adjusting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here's something I wanted to ask you guys, and we're in kind of the same kind of flow. Like, we're coming out the fourth quarter alone. There was a point with 3 minutes left in the third quarter where I said, if these guys don't play, the best 18 minutes of the season here, then we'll know exactly the men we have on this team in the building. And I don't know if they played the best 18 minutes, but it was pretty good. It was enough to win the game, decisively. But all that being said, do you think, like, are we just not looking at a team that can play 4 quarters? I mean, like, would playing 4 quarters not be the same dynamic for this team?
I keep saying all the time, I want to come out and play fast and get on top. But, like, again, I don't want to be the same repetitive asshole. Ripping hurts a little bit, but I don't know. I just don't want to be that guy. I do think we need to play better in the first quarter, first half, all the time. So I'll let Clayton speak on that.
This particular game was rough. I mean, the Cowboys one was rough to start, but I think this one was more rough. And honestly, I don't know how to fix it. I think it is going to cost you if you come up against a good team, or if your defense doesn't come out and play lights out to start the game. If both sides of the ball come out slow, you can almost guarantee you're going to lose, because it's going to be an uphill fight if you're just finding your footing, midway through the second quarter and you're already down multiple scores. So it's an issue. It's 100% an issue. I'm not going to say that it's going to sink us. It has the potential to do it. It hasn't yet. And mainly because our defense shows up to play at the beginning of every football game. The offense does not.
Another thing, like, I don't think Saquon ran the ball well in the beginning. Obviously in the first quarter, I don't think they're running enough against the Redskins defense. That's like, I think it's 28th in the league or something like that.
Something super, bottom.
So they're not dial in the run enough. But a lot of the runs Saquon did have, I think he's running into a pack. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Yeah, I've noticed that
Yeah.
in a couple of games, but
you know, so that's one thing. But
Yeah, and that goes back to kind of play calling because look, if you contrast what they were doing at the beginning of the game compared to the end, did you see we start going to the outside? We started doing those tosses to the outside, kind of almost sweeps, and
Yeah.
it was wide
Yes.
open. They were
yes,
stacking the center of the field. Like they were stacking the box saying, "Hey, guess what, guys? You are not going to beat us by running through A and B gap." That shit shut down today. And they shut it down for the most part. And then when we started going to the outside, then you started seeing stuff breaking loose. And I'll give a shout out to Kenny Gainwell real quick because when he came
yeah.
in, that was a fucking jolt we needed, man. He had like 2 or 3 huge
100%, man.
clutch runs for us there when we needed it the most. So shout out to Kenny, man. People need to put a little more respect on. I know he probably won't be here next year, but I think he's got a role here moving forward for the rest of this season. He is an excellent changeup back.
I was actually calling that out. Like, I think, I hate to say it, but I had definitely called that out to our buddies that were watching the game with. I'm like, after those big 3 runs, it was like 10 yards per carry on those big 3 runs there. It's like, maybe you put Kenny Gainwell in the game. Maybe he's seeing something different. You know what I mean? But I will attest to what you're saying, Clayton. Like, yeah, obviously getting on the outside. A couple of the big runs we had in the beginning, not big, but like, let's say like 8 yard gains in the beginning. We're to the outside, but our bread and butter's through the inside.
No, it really is. And I think that's they wanted to they were like, no, dude, we'll sell out to stop this. We're not going to let them bludgeon us.
And that's okay, but they were stopping those outside runs too early on in the game. So that's my point.
Before we get too far away from Gainwell, I wanted to ask you guys. I noticed this when he was in the game. I think on those 3 that we're talking about. Did you notice like kind of how like Hurts seemed to be moving like briskly when he took the snap and then he went down to give Gainwell the ball? If you guys do a rewatch, let me know what you think, because when I was watching it live, I was like, man, he looks like he was moving with intent when he was giving Gainwell the ball. So I don't know. I noticed it. Let me know if you guys pick up on it. It was very smooth and intently. I liked it.
Well, another thing I guess we don't know is that Hurts goes into the tent. He gets, under concussion in the blue tent, just being I don't know what the word is.
Evaluated.
Evaluated. Yeah, for a concussion. So we don't know what the extent of that is. Whether moving briskly or whatever, just something to look at. I guess is my point.
Yeah, man, you don't see that often where you get evaluated and you come back out. Right
back out, yeah.
I mean, usually they take any sort of precaution to sit them down, and not the team. Usually NFL.
Oh no, that's straight from the NFL.
Once NFL steps in, I don't think they really care about the team. They just want to protect their own, assets and whatever. But yeah, it was great to see him come back out. I thought he was done for the game, but guess I was wrong.
I kind of get why they took him in. If you see that play where he goes down and he's like right on his head, whenever he stands up, they try to pick him up. He kind of stumbles, and if you're stumbling after a head hit, especially a quarterback, that's going to be the default. You're going into the blue tent. You're going to get evaluated.
Yeah, God, how great is it? McLaurin usually burns us. Like now we have like shut him down.
Man, the only person he got a catch on was Cooper DeJean, and it was still great coverage. Like, it's just a great route by McLaurin, and good throw as well. Like, a DB's not going to give up a big play. A good DB's not going to give up like that big play, and he's going to let you get that comeback. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
it is what it is. I mean, that's just, I don't blame Cooper DeJean for that.
But, and it's one catch for 10 yards anyway.
Yeah,
that was his stat line.
That
was his stat line for the day.
Yeah.
Like, geez. I mean, Austin Eckler was their primary receiving option. 8 receptions, 89 yards. Zach Ertz was next, 6 for 47. And then another tight end, Jason Bates, is 2 for 17. After that, everybody else has 1 reception or none. They have a drop. That's how good our corners are. we like so good that this rookie was too scared to even throw at him. They were too scared to game plan a plan that involved him going downfield. It was all to the backs. It was all to the tight ends. And once we figured out their little games in the backfield with their pony set, it was over, dude. That offense wasn't doing anything. They got 7 point, or did they end up overturning that Ertz thing? I had to run and take a piss.
They did. The
Yeah.
2-point.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, they
So
gave it to him.
they got a touchdown and a 2-point conversion in garbage time, dude. Like that game ended 7 or 10 points on the board. Like they got 8, as a gift at the very end. That offense did nothing, and that was a fucking high-powered offense coming into this game. Everybody was, in awe of how good these guys were. They were in the top 5 in almost every category that mattered, and that defense went out there and shut them down.
That's what I just don't get though. Like you're in awe of what they're doing, and then they almost lost to the Bears, and they get this stroke of crazy freaking luck. You know what I mean? And on a bomb, and then they lose to the Steelers, who their offense is not great. The defense is actually elite.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. But still, and then they beat the Giants, but not in like crazy fashion. You know what I mean? The Giants were hanging with them a little bit in that game. I don't know if anybody watched it.
Yeah, wasn't that the game that they kicked all field goals to win it?
Yeah,
they couldn't even score a touchdown.
Yeah. So
before we move on, I don't want to sit here and act like I'm just disrespecting and killing Washington. Like I think they're a quality football team on the come up. I just don't think they're on our level. That's all I'm saying.
It's not their time.
Exactly. Next year, when you guys retool and your boy at quarterback has another year under his belt, then I'm gonna be looking at you guys like, okay, like how I used to look at the Cowboys. But for right now, man, I'm sorry. This is a one-man race in this division, unless the Eagles beat themselves. Like that's the only way somebody else is taking over the leadership in the East is if the Eagles beat themselves.
Honestly, they wouldn't be anything without Dan Quinn selling. So that's where that's at. Obviously he's sold. So now they're going to be on the up and up. They could turn into a decent franchise, but not this year.
No, this isn't their year.
Oh yeah. Before we move on, quick shout out Jeff Saturday. Jeff, go get tested for CTE yesterday. You're on whatever show you're on saying you're going to trust a rookie Jaden Daniels over Jalen Hurts. Yeah, man. Go to the doctor because you are insane. Call you a loser. All right. Should we move on to some stats, individual stats?
Let's take a look.
Sure.
What do we got? You guys got them up? I just bring it up.
Yeah,
And then...
I got Saquon Barkley for 26 carries for 146 yards, 2 TEDs.
He's now the leader, rushing leader. Yeah.
For now, until King Henry.
Yeah,
that's right. We're the Thursday game. That's right.
Yep. We'll see what he gets. If he gets a low amount, then I'm going to be super happy. But he still has a bye in week 14.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
AJ Brown, 5 receptions for 65 yards. So he's under his average, which I hate.
Yeah. He kind of had a little bit of he had some crucial catches, but nothing crazy.
Kenny Gainwell, 4 rushes for 43 yards, 10.8 average. Just a lightning rod when we needed it, man.
100%.
Yeah, Devontae.
There isn't a whole lot there. A whole lot there, man. I'll be honest, as far as player stats.
The offense didn't do much. I mean, overall, total yards, Washington had 264. The Eagles had 443. Or I'm sorry, 34. They averaged 4.2 yards per play. We averaged 6.2. First downs are pretty much the same. They had 20. We had 23. This is where the big thing happened. Third down efficiency. They were 3 of 12. We were 10 of 17. You're not going to win a game being 3 of 12. Penalty yards, 4 for 49 for us. They had 25 on 4. And we beat them in the time of possession, 33 in 4 seconds to 26 minutes and 56 seconds. So, yeah, outside of the first half, we dominated them. And even inside that first half, our defense beat them up. They weren't running away with nothing. As bad as the offense was sputtering there, they couldn't take advantage of it.
Would you boys call this a good win? How do we feel? Feel good about it?
Oh man, Reed Blankenship comes in with that big interception. Jeez,
Yeah.
come on.
Big
It's
time.
a
even that,
great win.
He on that we're chasing down Daniels from he covered some ground there and
Oh, for
I don't think
sure.
Oh,
he
yeah.
doesn't make that tackle, but he disrupts it, and then Bond comes in and lays the pain.
Yeah. I mean,
That was
Jalen Carter almost makes that almost intercepts the goddamn fucking snap right there, man. That's
Diving forward.
crazy, dude.
Yeah,
That's
guy is
so
so good.
crazy.
man.
Bond makes a great tackle there. I mean, you see, like in the first half there, like I forget what drive it was, but Daniels goes to run and Dean just makes a great tackle.
Open
Yep.
field,
Yep.
1-on-1.
Oh, man, just great, man.
Locks him up, dude. That was whew,
Unbelievable.
it's next level
Honestly,
stuff.
unbelievable. I thought he was gonna get. I
Dripped
thought
out
he was
his
gonna
face.
get a little. Yeah. I thought he was gonna get tuned on a little bit there.
No,
Man, I
he
feel
great fundamentals. He broke down, made a fucking excellent open field tackle, big time play. Man, I just can't say enough about this defense. Like it's so good to feel awesome about your defense, man. Philly hasn't had that in a little while.
yeah.
Especially last season, man. It was like, oh my gosh, if we didn't think it could get worse, all of a sudden Matty P comes in. They fire Desai and Matt Patricia shows up. It's like, okay, it gets worse. Damn it.
Man, have you ever seen a turnaround on a defense from what we were last year to what we are now? I mean, it takes impeccable drafting, getting the right guy, retooling with free agents. I mean, it doesn't happen overnight, or I guess over a year. But man, we like pretty much nailed all the moves that you need to do to have a turnaround.
You're never going to see that turnaround ever again because you don't nail those drafts. Like like the only two starters that we have, like the main rotation guys from last year, are Slay and Blankenship.
Yeah.
So that's a thing that you're never going to see again. Obviously they hit on Quignon, Cooper DeJean, who's playing the slot, but
And the Georgia boys are like, really coming into their own.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, man.
3 year project at this point.
you don't think guys like that, especially like a couple, 1, 2 year, or even rookie guys, are gonna make plays like they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the only criticism you can have of Howie this offseason was the swap of Huff for our boy up in New York, Reddick.
Reddick, Japan, you mean?
Yeah,
Wearing
Japan.
Wearing the
The Last Samurai.
The Last Samurai, yeah. But no, I mean that's the only thing that you could criticize. And at the time, it wasn't. I mean, I get his thought process. And let's just be clear, because people are like coming at Howie like unfairly on that. Like, I get it was a projection, but guess what? He wasn't the only GM. There was a bidding war to get Huff. Like, that wasn't just Howie going out and being like, "Oh, here, let me pay this guy, $15 million a year." No, man, that price got drove up because other teams were bidding as well. Like, he had to outbid other teams. So other teams had the same evaluation that Howie had. So just chill the fuck out with it. Like, he wasn't the only one out there that blew that. Even the Jets were in on that. They wanted to bring him back, but they couldn't. They couldn't afford it. So with the Huff thing, that's the only move that I could say. And I get the move on the outside looking in. I get the move. It just didn't pan out.
Yeah. And maybe it will.
Yeah, who knows?
There's still time. There's still time.
Yeah.
Man, what else? Yeah. To get where we are. Okay, these Thursday night games are never easy. Short turnaround, divisional dogfight. I feel good about it. We got away, I'd say injury free, aside from whatever's happening with Dickerson and Jalen's head. But yeah, I feel really good about it. I feel like man, it's a victory. It's gonna be a victory Friday, ladies and gentlemen.
Man,
You don't get many of those.
Yeah, not only that, man. The whole weekend to just sit on it. I think that's great. You got the Mike Tyson fight tomorrow night.
Yeah.
True. I think Mike's got to come out. I don't know if you remember that, Clayton. I think you do, but Mike's got to come out to the it was the DMX CD. It's dark and hell's hot.
Yeah.
It was the intro. Remember when he came out to that?
Oh God, yes.
Not to switch the conversation, but
No, that's okay. Let's
I'm
talk.
with
I'm
you.
excited. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it a little bit.
I'm excited that I don't have to pay $300 to watch it or stream it on some.
Yeah, how about it?
It's tight. $10.99 a
you-
month. I get this fight. Give me
You
that.
hear that dun dun? It's like, oh god!
They don't
And you
even
hear the
know.
growl. I was like, oh Jesus Christ! Mike's about to kill somebody.
Man, I cannot stand Jake Paul, but I don't know. Does Tyson have enough to
Nah,
do it?
I think Jake Paul's probably gonna beat his ass, but
That's like so
God,
sad.
I
That's
wish.
so sad.
I
Some-
wish Mike Tyson just beat the fucking brakes off this guy because I can't stand him either.
Some whiny brat influencer turned pseudo boxer is gonna get to have his free will on like one of the best boxers of all time. That's disgusting. That's sick.
On nothing but peptides and fucking all kinds of fucking, I wouldn't say steroids, but possibly steroids.
His lisp and all. So I hope Tyson does it. It's Devontae Smith's birthday, and in the locker room, they got him a cake. Cake in the locker room. That would have been a sad birthday had they not. I wonder if they give the cake to him with a loss. I don't think so. I think it goes straight in the trash.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
would want
but,
it. And if I was him, I would want it straight in the trash. Don't bring that shit over here, man. Oh,
Just
ha-
straight in.
happy birthday to the man.
Yeah,
Yes.
shout out. Happy birthday, Smitty. Oh, yeah, there he is with the cake. Big cake. It's not enough for the team, though.
he had some really nice blocks today. I know he didn't have a ton on stat sheet for him.
He got banged up on a couple catches that he had too. I was like, God damn, they're just fucking beating him up.
The horrible calls. He grabbed him by the back of the helmet.
That's bullshit.
That's a
100%
face
bullshit.
There was some, again, I hate harping on this, but this year, man, I swear the reffing has been bad. There was one where Jalen Carter comes through the line and the guy is inside his freaking shoulder pads in the front, just holding him.
Yeah, I remember.
He's down
I remember
inside the
texting you
pad.
guys.
Come on, man.
Yep. Not only that, like you're inside the guy's helmet on
Yeah.
Devontae.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
you're not just grabbing on the outside, but you're inside of his helmet.
And that's the one they picked up, right?
Yeah,
Is that the one they called and then they picked up? I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
That
Oh, that's it. That was absurd.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Absurd. Absurd,
It's
dude.
ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, and yeah, glad they got together to discuss that one. I mean, like that should be a black eye on the officiating crew. You got together, and that's what you came up with. The wrong call.
The wrong call. You guys discussed it and came back with the wrong call.
Yeah,
Dickheads.
that's embarrassing. A little bit of we got McLaurin versus Q. A little bit of a microscope stat situation. Let's see. McLaurin had 25 routes. He was matched up against Q on 20 of them. Targets versus receptions 0-0. Zero receiving yards. And Q had him in press coverage 6 snaps. That's 30%.
Yeah, I
So,
love that. I love that.
Pretty much locked down. McLaurin had to say when they asked him about Q, he's a good corner. He doesn't really play like a rookie. So respect is there. Man, this kid is
It's special.
man,
special.
he is.
All right. So I'm on board. Defensive rookie of the year. I don't give a fuck if he gets a fucking pick or not.
That's what I'm saying, man.
When you're
Like,
shutting down teams' number one wide receivers, it's a no-brainer, right?
yeah, and this time there's no, oh well, he was playing on everybody. No, dude, he lined up a lot. 25 snaps, you said 25 reps. Like, come
Yep.
on, man. That's like the whole game almost. And
Yeah,
he didn't give up anything. They wouldn't even go to him with Q over there.
yeah.
I think Q got
Yeah.
targeted one time, and it was a Zach Ertz one where he was way the fuck off the ball on a crucial third down,
Yeah,
which was weird. I hate
zone
that.
coverage. It was zone
Yeah.
coverage.
I hate
Yeah.
that.
And
When we
Coop
play
was
that
there,
far off.
Dijon.
But
Is
yeah,
that the
other
same
than
one?
that, yeah, no, that is it. That is it. That's
Yeah,
the only one that I seen Q that I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Everything
But-
else I seen him on, I was like, man, this guy is locking it down tonight.
I do feel like if I'm gonna get nasty about it, I do feel like Quinyon Mitchell could have drove on that.
On that Ertz?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put your cleats in the dirt and let's get after it.
especially with it being Ertz. Like they should have keyed him
You
up
know,
on
he-
how soft Ertz is coming
Oh,
into
man.
this one, man. We know firsthand
Zero
how soft.
yak. Zero yak. For
He
Ertz.
catches it and drops straight to the ground, dude. Whether
Yeah,
somebody's
well-
around him or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, again, nitpicky. So and
Oh,
if that's my biggest complaint on a rookie who was lined up exclusively almost all night against their number one,
Yeah, on a 40-year-old vet.
yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Like I can't bitch. Like gentlemen, I can't tell you how happy I am about this fucking night.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's great.
How about this though? Jake Elliott. Let's talk about that because I think that needs to be talked about.
Yeah,
I do
you're
think
right.
that needs to be
Good call.
talked about. I'm going on mute. You guys.
I was hoping to squeak out of here without it.
No,
But-
no. It needs to be talked about.
It does.
You just got to fix it. I mean, yeah, I'm ready to throw him out, but we can't at this point. That's like we said,
agree.
man.
No, you can't throw him out and you can't get rid of him.
No,
the modifications on the sports car are already done. It's on the track. Like we can't, there's no pit stops at this point. So, he's got to fix whatever's going on because something is going on.
The Rivian's on the track. Okay.
You can't hear it. You can't hear it humming around. You just can't.
No,
So I don't know. I mean, we could get into a situation where his shakiness comes back to really bite us. Because if we're spotting a team like Detroit 10-7-14 in the first half, and we need, we got to be making those field goals. I don't know.
they're crucial.
100%.
In a tight game like that, that's a crucial make, man. And this is stuff that he has done in the past. He hasn't done it this year, which I was saying before, is this guy hurt? Like, this is not a Jake Elliott that we are ever used to seeing. He's had one down year and it wasn't this bad. And I know I was going apeshit to you guys through texts, saying cut him and all that. You can't cut him. Like he's with us. I get that, but he's so disappointing to me. Like he's dead to me right now. I mean, you're missing extra points, guy. Come on, man. That is completely unacceptable. 7 points off the board in a tight game, in a game that we were down and then just up 2 points because he missed a freaking extra point. Those 7 points could have came back to bite us. Obviously, it didn't.
Oh yeah.
Defense played great, but like John said, against Detroit, against good teams, man, that shit is going to matter, and it will come back to bite you if you're not hitting the stuff and taking the stuff that is given to you. And those 50-yard field goals, man, those are give me nowadays. This is a different NFL than it was 10 years ago. 50 yards is like the new 40-yarder, man.
Yeah.
Like, people are hitting from 60 consistently.
Yeah. Man, you just hate to see it with a kicker because, it's like a baseball. Like you don't want this guy in his head. You don't want this guy in a slump because
And you've seen it on the bench. He was in his head. He's smacking his head. He's on the bench doing weird shit. He's walking around weird on the sidelines. It's like, dude, get the hell out of your head. Remember who you are. We need you.
Right.
We are going to need you down the line here. If this team has aspirations, which I think they do, of making it to the championship game, making it to a Super Bowl, Jake Elliott is going to be crucial.
Oh, I'm just thinking about it now. Him in a big situation, having this rocky middle of the season. It's just
And it's one of those things like Jake Elliott used to be automatic. I wouldn't even think twice. I was like, all right, we're in Jake the make. We're in range. We're good. Wouldn't even think twice. Now, anytime he trots out there, I don't care if it's an extra point, 20-yarder, 50-yarder, doesn't matter. That's like that tightness in my gut. Like, oh, fuck me, man. Is he going to make this? I hate feeling like that with the kicker. Sorry, go ahead.
I had all these weird feelings like during this game. I'm like, oh, he missed all these. He's going to make the game-winning field goal.
That's what, I had that thought too. I thought, okay, here's how we can come out of this, with him kind of putting all this behind him, is if we get into a position where he's making like a game-winning field goal, he nails it, he cheers, it's behind him. But now it's like he trots out there next week having, a bad game. He's probably still in his head about it.
Yeah. Next week it's in LA though. So it's probably, is that a dome, Alex? Or is it,
Yeah, it's inside.
Is SoFi a dome? All
yeah,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to do his best there. So,
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully.
I will
yeah,
say
he's-
this though. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying we're stuck. So it better work out.
As far as the D in this dome, against Matt Stafford. I mean, he is going to throw. He's going to be throwing a lot. It ain't going to be like today.
He kind of fell off though.
Yeah, but still, he's going to throw people open. He's going to be throwing.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be Jaden Daniels getting sacked or whatever, So
yeah, it'll be Stafford getting sacked. You know what I mean?
That's right. Right.
Go ahead, Clayton.
No, I was gonna say I actually look forward to that. I want to see the secondary tested as hard and as often as possible, just so we know what we have. Because right now, what I believe we have, I see people saying it's fool's gold. That this defense is just a product of the shit teams that it's faced. It's like, dude, that's unfair. Like they're taking care of business. Like, what do you mean? Like,
yeah,
PCOB.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't get. You can only play who's in front, who's on your schedule. So,
right.
and you can only handle your business that's there to be handled. And they have dominated. They're probably again going to be still in the top 3 defense through this week. And
Man.
I think they've earned it. And I'm tired of hearing, they haven't played any good quarterbacks. Yeah, maybe. We shut down Burrow. We shut down Lawrence. We shut down Jaden Daniels, who was the next Jesus Christ, supposedly, of quarterbacking. That's all I heard all week and all year long coming into this game, how good Jaden Daniels is. Only 2 interceptions, takes care of the ball, blah, 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 blah. Better than Hurts, best player or best quarterback in the division. Fuck off, all of you guys. Hurts, best quarterback in the division.
And I don't even think it's close.
It's not close. Eagles, best team in the division. It's not close.
Yep.
By 2 games now.
And it's going to keep growing, dude. You know what? I'm looking forward. I'm not looking past the Rams. We need to go in there and handle our business, which I think we will. I am looking forward to that December 1st matchup inside of Baltimore. I want Baltimore. I wanted Washington before we got to Washington. Now I'm looking, we ate our meal here. Now I'm looking ahead to the next meal. And that's
Think we should
Baltimore.
go to
That's
the
going to be the
game?
next test. Man, a lot of people were saying that on that that podcast that I always listen to, Lord Brunson. A lot of people are fucking saying we should try to get down there, try to take over the stadium.
I would love to go to a Baltimore.
I'll drive. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Live pod from the
From the-
from
the dumpster in the corner.
your car will be gone by the time you go out, dude. Baltimore's no joke. But
No, their stadium's in decent part.
well, guys, I feel good about it. I know it's
Yep.
late over
Yes,
there.
sir.
Can we wrap it up?
Yep.
Wrap it up.
All right. Well, guys, we'll see you on the pre-gamer for the Sunday at the Rams next Sunday. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy being winners.
Hey, yeah.
Enjoy
being
first
at the
place.
top. Yes. Let's hope Detroit loses whatever they got going on, and let's
Go Birds.
Go
go Birds.